So this week, Mark Meadows, Donald Trump's former chief of staff, well, it was revealed this week. It doesn't mean it happened this week, but it was revealed this week that Meadows did accept an immunity deal in exchange for his complete and full cooperation with Jack Smith's investigation into Donald Trump. Mark Meadows, of course, was possibly the highest person on that ladder underneath Donald Trump, of course. So Meadows was the guy involved in all of the action, all of the schemes, trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election. He, of course, was listed as one of the unindicted co-conspirators in the January 6th indictment of Donald Trump. So this is a huge deal. And it came the same day that Jenna Ellis went ahead and accepted her immunity deal, which of course was just, 2 business days after Kenneth Chesbro accepted his plea deal, which of course was 1 day after Sidney Powell accepted her plea deal. It's been a wild 7 days, folks. All of Donald Trump's friends, including the higher up ones, appear to be flipping on him. And yes, that is massive, massive news. And anytime we get massive news like this and things look bad for Donald Trump, the former president gets on social media, cries his eyes out, and here is what Donald Trump has said in response to all of his friends throwing him under the bus. I don't think Mark Meadows would lie about the rigged and stolen 2020 presidential election merely for getting immunity against persecution by deranged prosecutor Jack Smith. But when you really think about it, after being hounded like a dog for 3 years, told you'll be going to jail for the rest of your life, your money and your family will be forever gone, and we're not at all interested in exposing those that did the rigging. If you say bad things about the terrible monster Donald J. Trump, we won't put you in prison. You can keep your family and your wealth, and perhaps if you can make up some really horrible stuff, out of him, we may very well erect a statue of you in the middle of our decaying and now very violent capital, Washington, D.C. Some people would make that deal, but they are weaklings and cowards and so bad for the future of our failing nation. I don't think that Mark Meadows is one of them, but who really knows? Make America great again. Love, Donald Trump. So all the other people who accepted the deals, you're weaklings, you're cowards, but not Mark Meadows. Oh, no. Mark's a good guy. We love Mark, right? Mark's not gonna flip on me, Trump says. No. Everything is wonderful, and we love you, Mark. Please don't say anything horrible. That's how I read this. That is how that comes across. This is Donald Trump backed into a corner, begging Mark Meadows, for the love of God, dude, keep your mouth shut. And if you do say anything, it's because you're just totally making up and none of it is real. This guy's panicked. He is absolutely 100% losing his mind because all of the dominoes are falling. All of these people that I'm sure at one point thought they were untouchable have now realized they're not. And that is why they are taking these deals. That is why they are agreeing to throw Donald Trump in prison instead of themselves. It's one thing to talk a big game before the indictments come down, before you see what charges you could be hit with. But then reality does start to set in once those indictments do come down. You start thinking about your future. You think about what you know, what you did. That's why we're seeing so much flipping right now. And again, all it took was for that first domino to fall, right? The lower guy on the ladder in Georgia. I forget his name at the moment. But once he flipped, then suddenly everybody else is like, uh-oh, does this guy have info on me? Could he say something that could get me in trouble? And then boom, 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 boom. Mark Meadows, of course, not dealing with the Georgia part of it. He's dealing with the main overarching indictments. And he knows that if he doesn't flip on Trump, Trump will flip on him. And I think now that we've got, again, the second highest guy up on that ladder, now that he has decided to flip, I think we're going to see even more flips in the next month than what we have seen in just the last couple days. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.